Welcome, everyone, to Simple Mind Space, the podcast dedicated to unlocking your potential and achieving financial freedom. I'm your host, and today I'm taking you on a journey, a 30-day experiment in radical self-discipline that reshaped my relationship with myself and unearthed some surprising truths. Let me tell you, I was at a low point. I felt like I was constantly sabotaging myself, letting distractions steal my time and energy, preventing me from reaching my full potential. I was tired of feeling like I could be doing more, achieving more. So I decided to embark on a 30-day challenge, a complete overhaul of my habits and routines. This wasn't some half-hearted attempt at self-improvement. This was about pushing boundaries, facing my demons head-on. I cut out all temptations: social media, junk food, mindless entertainment, everything that provided an easy escape from the hard work of self-growth. My days became regimented, a symphony of discipline. No more hitting the snooze button. My phone went into hibernation, only emerging for essential tasks. Meditating became my morning ritual, followed by the invigorating shock of a cold shower. My workdays were laser-focused, fueled by informative podcasts and fueled by nourishing, healthy meals. Evenings were dedicated to personal growth and connection. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy. The first few days were brutal. The urge to slip back into old habits was strong, but I had backup. I recruited 3 friends to join me, and to up the ante, we added a powerful motivator, a $300 penalty for any slip-up, payable to an organization we despised. It was a clever trick, adding a layer of accountability and consequence. As the days turned into weeks, something interesting happened. I started to feel a shift within myself. The initial discomfort of discipline gave way to a sense of calm, focus, and newfound energy. I was getting more done, feeling more present, and experiencing a level of happiness I hadn't felt in a long time. But I didn't want to just go through the motions. I wanted to test my limits. So each week, I threw in an extra challenge, a mental toughness test. One week, it was facing the human fear of stillness, 5 hours of straight meditation. Another week, it was 1,000 push-ups in a day. These challenges weren't about punishment. They were about proving to myself that I could endure discomfort, overcome mental barriers, and achieve things I never thought possible. And as I pushed myself further, I began to notice the insidious ways in which I'd been holding myself back, how my need for control and perfectionism was stifling my joy and creativity. The realization hit me hard during a forced self-care day. My friends, bless them, saw through my relentless drive and insisted I take 2 days off in the middle of the week. 2 days, it felt wrong, counterintuitive to everything this challenge represented. But they were right. It was a test, a challenge to confront my deeply ingrained resistance to rest and rejuvenation. Those 2 days were eye-opening. Cooking a fancy meal, getting a haircut, even attempting to paint along with the soothing voice of Bob Ross. These seemingly simple acts of self-care felt foreign, even wasteful at first. But as I leaned into them, I realized how much I craved those moments of pure, unstructured joy. The experience forced me to confront my all-or-nothing thinking, the voice that whispered I had to be exceptional at everything I did. It was exhausting, and I realized completely unnecessary. As the challenge neared its end, I found myself facing a new dilemma. I'd achieved a level of productivity I never thought possible. I was disciplined, focused, and seemingly unstoppable, but a part of me felt empty. I worried that this relentless drive came at the expense of something essential, that maybe I'd become a well-oiled productivity machine, sacrificing joy and spontaneity along the way. It was during the final check-in with my friends, including a surprise guest appearance from a rapper friend of mine, that everything clicked. We delved into the deeper motivations behind my ambition, exploring the roots of my relentless drive. And that's when I stumbled upon a life-changing concept introduced to me by my therapist, the idea of no bad parts from the book by Dr. Richard Schwartz. The book posits that our personalities are comprised of multiple parts or subpersonalities, each with its own motivations and desires. There's the achiever, the rebel, the avoider, the inner critic, a chorus of voices vying for control. And the key, I learned, isn't to silence these voices, but to understand them, to listen to their stories. It was a revelation. The parts of me I'd labeled as weaknesses, the distractions and avoidance tactics, weren't flaws to be eradicated, but parts of myself that deserved compassion and understanding. They were, in their own way, trying to protect me, to shield me from pain or disappointment. That nagging need to escape, the one I'd been fighting for so long, that was my inner child yearning for play, for moments of unadulterated joy. The drill sergeant, pushing me to achieve, was just trying to keep me safe, to prove my worth in a world that often felt chaotic and unpredictable. These 30 days weren't just about building discipline. They were about making peace with all parts of myself. They were about recognizing that true strength lies not in rigidity, but in flexibility, in the ability to embrace both discipline and spontaneity, hard work and restorative rest. The 30-day challenge is over, but the lessons continue to unfold. I still strive for excellence, but I'm learning to be kinder to myself, to allow for imperfection and moments of pure, unadulterated joy. If there's one thing I hope you take away from my experience, it's this: embrace all parts of yourself. Listen to the whispers of your inner child. Acknowledge the fears and insecurities that drive you. And remember, there are no bad parts, only parts of yourself waiting to be understood and loved. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this episode and found it insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, remember, true freedom begins with self-acceptance.